What's up, guys? It's Krave me, and I have a gameplay here on Mercy. I went 15 and 1, but I don't really want to talk about much of the gameplay in Gears of War today. I really wanted to talk about some family issues that I've had and kind of have a heart to heart with people here to just show that, I am a human being and I'm not a gamer 24/7. But, anyways. I have a brother and sister, and there's some issues going on with my mom and dad, and how they just, my brother and sister never really had, they didn't really have a good relationship with my parents, like, really ever, and they struggled in school, like, all the time. So, that's obviously posing a problem right there, because, education is very important now these days, where education just shows like what kind of person you are, how hard you actually try, and that's what brings, the bread on the table, it's what drives people to get the money that they earn. And it's very important to get a good high school education, because that just leads you to get some college education, which is very also important. But anyways, um yeah, they just never really were much of companions, I guess, in the house. And, I've heard them argue like all the time about school and just some other bullshit. Like they they never really hit home, I guess, and they didn't really enjoy each other. And, my parents are kicking them out of the house constantly, and now it's the point where they don't live at my house anymore because they're obviously older now, but they're doing better now, where my brother is now going to college and my sister is now attending college also. But before they even had the option of going to colleges, my brother was couch hopping and just living off of people. And, that's never good to be somebody else's problem on their list. Not really, well, yeah, because you are being a problem. You're another person's problem on their list and burdening them. And my sister was just, with the money she had, she was just living in the ghetto, which is never good. You never want to live in those kind of um you never want to live in that kind of environment. It's not a, I'm not saying the ghetto is like totally bad. There are, like, believe it or not, there are some good people in the ghetto, but it's not a good overall environment to be living in. There's not going to be a lot of prosperity living in the ghetto. But she now is going to college, but it's just, it's tough going through this and having it bottled up inside for a while now. And it's good to have it relieved, and people need to relieve themselves of this kind of stress through different ways of obviously communication. And with me, I don't really like talking about this kind of stuff with my parents, or with, like, how they say at school to talk about it, excuse me, with a guidance counselor or something. That's kind of quirky to me. I'm not about to talk to a guidance counselor about this or whatever, but I never really wanted to talk about this, and I just, like, I don't know, I just had to dwell on it and just had it bottled up, and just more stress inside me in ways that I am now figuring out to relieve some of this stress is through some different, like, physical activities and sports. And, going to the gym is always a good way to relieve yourself. And, like, some sports that I am now taking on is wrestling and tennis. I'm a big tennis fan, and I always will be. But this was my first year. And, like, the whole wrestling thing about people, sweaty dudes in, like, singlets wrestling off, and just kind of, I guess, the gay form of this is. But, it's like probably one of the greatest feelings to win a match and to kick somebody's ass, so to speak. um, but it really does relieve a lot of stress because just just letting out all your anger on the mat legally and in front of people and with getting your hand raised is like one of the greatest things. And yeah, just you guys need to just relieve some of the stress. I know I relieve some of my stress, believe it or not, gaming. I just find that fun playing with some people and communicating and just whipping ass on gears. It's very fun. And yeah, like you guys, it's life is too short, you know what I'm saying? You guys need to just have fun, but you also need to know what's important and what comes first, you know what I'm saying? You guys need to just have good what's the word I'm looking for? You guys need to have order, I guess, in what needs to be done. I know school is obviously probably one of my main focuses right now, and that's very important. And then family is always good because you need to have family on your side. You don't want to be against your family. Your family is what brung you up in the first place. You need to just stay with your family. I know my family life is not the greatest. I don't have cousins to hang out with anymore. I don't have grandparents to go over. I haven't seen my grandparents in years. But, you just need to have family, and that's what holds you together and what you come, the people you go to when you wanted to talk to them about stuff. Um, and that's just it, guys. Life is way too short to be stressed out about things. You guys, you just need to relieve stress is basically what I'm saying. But if you guys have any of these issues, um, to drop a comment, that'd be very good, or message me, that'd also be very good. But this has been Crave Me, and I'll see you guys later.